today we have an amazing guest here. I'm interviewing Alexia, Goals Girl, and she has a brand called Goals Girl Goods. You may have seen her shop, brand, interviews on her blog, everything, and she will answer my questions.
Yay!
So she's in Canada. I'm in Switzerland. This is lockdown everywhere, and so with the magic of the internet, we are talking to each other for the first time actually today. So, yeah. How long have you been wearing Lolita fashion?
So I've been wearing Lolita fashion since about 2012 when I went to London and Paris for a high school trip. I was able to go to the Starshine Bright store and the Angelic Pretty store, and I picked up my very first dress at the Angelic Pretty store. But other than that, I started learning about Lolita fashion just a little bit earlier than that, but then I was actually able to wear it in 2012.
Awesome. And then you're wearing also all other styles of J fashion. Was that before or after Lolita?
Probably after Lolita, just because in Canada it's not really easy to find kind of like kawaii clothes. So maybe like through a swap meet or an anime convention, you might find something. But mainly, I started off with Lolita fashion because I didn't get any chance to find any other cute things.
That's true. I guess it is easier to find even now. I don't know if you, yeah, at least for me.
mm, for still here in Canada, it's kind of hard unless it's like handmade. There's many people like hand making stuff or having their own brand. Um, but that's kind of why I wanted to start selling some Japanese brands through my own brand so that people can have access to kawaii fashion and
Thank you for
cool
doing this
streetwear.
then. Yeah.
No problem.
So, how often do you wear it and to what occasions?
I don't wear it very often. I wear it to conventions that have Lolita content, like tea parties, or monthly meetups that my Lolita community host. Or maybe if I'm going out with my friends and we want to go to take photos or have tea together. So maybe a couple times a month or once every month.
And what do your friends and family think about this fashion?
Um, well, a lot of my friends are already Lolitas, so we get to bond over all of our cute dresses. For my friends who aren't Lolitas, they just think it's really cute. So if I wear it, they're like, "Oh, what a cute outfit!" I'm like, "Thanks."
Oh,
And then my parents don't really have a preference. Because I'm always wearing different clothes and dyeing my hair sometimes, so they're just like, "Oh, another one of your looks." Like,
okay,
yep.
awesome. That's perfect.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Lolita substyle?
I like sweet. I like styles that I can kind of wear mm, more casually. Like Lolita itself isn't very casual, but I like to be able to wear like my cute running shoes, or if it's a skirt, like if I can wear it with like a cute t-shirt. So I find like a lot of like sweet prints and like very cute style, like with candy and um, I think my favorite like kind of genre is like things with like poker chips and cards
Okay.
for more like elaborate dresses. But then like the things that are kind of more simple, like with the candy, like Angelic Pretty's Fancy Candy, um,
Mm-hmm.
just like candy all over. Like that's really easy for me to just kind of wear on a more casual style, no petticoat or anything. So
What is your process when building a coordinate? Do you start with the dress or what? How do you do?
mm, um, I guess for me, I don't really have a lot of Lolita pieces, so I mostly just start off with which piece do I want to wear, and then kind of go forward with picking out my shoes, my accessories, just pretty much based off the dress itself.
Okay. Did you ever suffer from what people think of you when you walk outside in Lolita or other J fashion when you stand out?
I wouldn't say in Lolita. I've actually, thankfully, haven't had anything bad happen while I'm wearing Lolita. Um, but I've actually had worse comments just wearing like J fashion, just like, nothing even like extravagant, just like, just really cute and colorful.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pretty surprised. Like when I wear Lolita, it's just something like, "Oh, where are you going? What are you dressed up? What are you guys doing?" Like
Yeah.
the standard. Are you guys going to like
To
a
a
birthday
play.
party
Oh,
or a
yeah.
play? Yep, we all are. We're all in the same production, so.
Yeah. And so, was it were you like alone at that time, or was the situation different than maybe if it was the same situation in Lolita, they would have said the same thing, or just by chance you were wearing that, or you know what I mean?
Mm, mm. I'm never alone. When I receive these like poor comments. Um, if I'm alone, the most I'll get is like a dirty look or like
Okay.
a weird stare. Um, but but yeah, like it for me personally, I know some people may feel bothered when other people comment, but like for me, I don't care if someone says something bad because for them, they don't see this and it's very new and they just don't understand. So it's just like, whoa, I don't like this. Like my brain is telling me this is not right. So
Hmm.
it's I don't take it personally because it they just don't understand.
Yeah.
So as long as we're wearing it and we're happy, that's all that matters. And if someone tries to like bring us down and it brings someone down, then it's like, you just got to remember to, you know, don't worry about what they are saying.
Yeah. What advice would you give to someone who wants to try but is afraid of how people will react? How will it be strong enough to do it? What would you say?
Mm. Um, I think the most important thing is as long as it makes you happy, that's why you're wearing it. You're not wearing it for anyone else. You're wearing it for yourself. You're wearing it because you like it. It makes you feel good. It makes you happy. It's covered in your favorite things. So I think a lot of people are mostly just afraid of being criticized by other people. And if we can help people to remember that other people are going to be commenting on you, doesn't matter what you're doing in your life. Like, you can be a really good singer or a really good dancer or be really stylish, and always there's going to be one person who just
Yeah.
doesn't agree. And that's just how life is. So, as long as we can kind of remember that and know that we have supportive friends who will join us on this like journey, then that's what's important. So,
Awesome. What is your best memory of wearing Lolita fashion?
mm. um, I guess the most recent like special memory was when I was the MC for the tea party at KCON, which happened last year, October 26th. And my whole vision was to make sure that people were not bored at this tea party. So, me as the MC wanted to just be very silly and I did the wave with everyone, and I was just like asking for people's responses, and everyone was responding back. I was like, "Can I get a hell yeah?" And everyone says hell yeah, and it was just a lot of fun. So I think it was a different experience for people who've gone to tea parties before, and it's very like, welcome to our tea party. You know,
Absolutely, yeah.
thank you for coming. And then I come in and I'm like, hey everyone, welcome to the tea party. Like, yeah, like dab and wave
Awesome.
and do everything.
I would love to go to one of the tea party you MC, but you will MC the fashion show at Vegas, right?
Yes, and I am
Oh my
very
god.
excited.
Yeah, it will be amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm gonna make sure everyone is super pumped to be there and stay fully attentive throughout the whole show. So
Awesome. And I think I will also help the models to be pumped and be, relaxed. And
yeah,
sometimes you're so tense when you walk. So if the MC is really doing it, so
yeah,
awesome.
it'll kind of like everyone can be like, yeah, like I'm feeling this. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Who do you look up to?
mm, okay, so for anything kind of like Lolita related, um, Bobby and Kai of Triple Fortune are very inspiring with the way they see fashion. And last year at an event in Toronto called Dear Lolita, I had the chance to speak with them about my personal beliefs in fashion. And it was really nice because they also agreed fully with it. And they said, like, we have the same wavelength, we're on the same wavelengths. And
Awesome.
I was fortunate enough to be able to participate in World Lolita Collection earlier this year to represent Canada. And
Awesome.
I saw you were also
Yeah, in
participating in that.
27 or 20, no, 2018 maybe it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, it was. I think it was one of my highlights of my Lolita. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know, for my brand at least. We
Mm.
just started the brands 2 years ago, and then I was showing in Japan. I was like, oh my god, this.
Yeah. It's so cool. It was so nice to be part of that event because like not only because oh it's in Japan, but like just to be able to be invited by Bobby and Kai was just like an honor for me because it's
Absolutely,
like
it's an
like I
honor.
we we talked about how we're like the same and oh you're bringing me there. And then my second inspiration is Sebastian Masuda. He is like my first
Me
inspiration.
too. Oh my god, I love him.
And just I got to hear him talk twice in New York City before I got to work together with him, and each time it's just so incredible hearing how he was so involved in making Harajuku um, what it is today essentially.
Absolutely,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
praise.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's like mm, Sebastian Masuda is like my Manasama for other people. You know what I mean? It's like the
Yes,
covering.
yes. I understand.
Yeah, yeah, and you're so lucky to work with him. Oh my God,
Yes.
how did that come together? How
Mm.
did you end up working with him?
Yeah, so my second time seeing him in New York City for his Kawaii lecture, I had told him once again, I'm like, oh, it would be so great if you could come to Canada. I kind of work with a Japanese festival called Japan Festival,
Mhm.
and I tried to invite him to be part of it, and that was in 2018. So obviously, it's very short notice. I was like only a couple months away, so obviously it couldn't happen. But then I went to Japan in October of 2018, and I was actually at the Kawaii Monster Cafe in uh, on Halloween, and he was there, and I was shocked. I was like, oh wow, he's here. So I walked up to him and I'm like, hey, do you remember me? Like, I'm the one from Canada that came to your the only one from Canada that came to your lectures in New York City, and he remembered me.
Okay.
And then I talked to him again, and I was like, oh, like it'd be really great if you can come to Canada. And then I think he took it seriously this time and was like, you know what, like let's make it happen. And then it went from there.
Awesome. And so you're speaking Japanese to him?
No,
No, English.
just English. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Impressed. Good job. Good for you. Oh my.
Thank you.
So, guys, you have it. You have to track him down in his cafe during. No, I guess during an event is good because then he will most likely be there at an event than at a
Mm,
regular day. I guess if you want to see him. So I've been so many times to 6% Dokidoki or the Kawaii Monster Cafe, but never have I seen him. But I've seen
Mm.
him in Paris in Japan Expo. He was there. And
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Yeah, like I'm I'm not sure when he decides to go, but it was just so happens that
Yeah.
he went there. And it was funny because like I was traveling alone and I was going to leave because I was feeling kind of lonely and I saw people with their friends and I'm like, "Oh, and then I ended up meeting this girl from Australia and we talked and I'm like, "Okay, I feel a little bit better." And then I saw him in the distance and I'm like, "Okay, I'm not going anymore."
No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
That's amazing. Yeah, you have to take your chances when they show up. So yeah.
yeah,
Amazing.
for sure.
Amazing. Amazing. Do you have any tips for experienced Lolitas?
For people with experience, I think it's important to let people wear Lolita the way they want to wear it. If someone wants to wear it with a sweater over their dress, let them, because that's how they see their comfort and that's how they see their style. If someone wants to wear it with running shoes, someone wants to wear it without a petticoat. Everyone should be able to wear Lolita the way they want because that's the whole basis of fashion. Fashion is for us to express ourselves, fashion is for us to not follow rules. That's all.
Good, good, good. Let's talk about your company. Yeah. So
Yes.
did why, when did you start it? What was the catalyst?
So, Ghost Girl Goods was started in 2014, but I didn't launch it as a brand until 2017 because I was working very diligently to try and make sure I figured out every aspect of the brand that I wanted. So, I'll give a very quick timeline. 2009, grade 9, Alexia. I love fashion. I love this kawaii stuff. I love kawaii. I want to wear kawaii clothes, but I also love cosplaying. So I want to do something in sewing or costumes. Then, 2012, graduate high school. Go into college for fashion design. After I finish 2012 to 2014, my fashion degree, diploma, whatever you want to call it, I got a full time job working as a pattern drafter for a dance costume company. At the same time, Ghost Girl Goods was coming into formation. During the 2009, 2012, 2014, little Alexia was trying to figure out what she wanted to make. She wanted to make costumes, she wanted to make clothes, but she just didn't have a style. But then, when Ghost Girl Good was formed in 2014, she finally figured out that she wanted to make a hip hop and pop fusion of wonder. And
Awesome.
then, from 2014 to 2017, I was working really hard trying to just make sure I have like a full vision of my brand.
Awesome. Awesome. I like how excited you are to talk about it. And so then you launched the brand. And so are you sewing everything yourself? Are you making the basic one, like the prototype, and then having somebody else make it? Or how does it work?
Mm. So, when I started in 2014, I was making everything by hand. But once I started selling at anime conventions, I needed to keep up with stock. So I do all the designs and then I have them made. But there are some pieces that I do still hand make here in Canada. Um, but most of my stuff, because I need a large quantity, I get it
Yeah.
made somewhere else.
Awesome. And what are your inspiration when you want to create a new style, a new piece?
Mm. Um, I think inspiration kind of comes from everywhere. So I can just be like outside somewhere and then an idea will come in my head. So I always make sure I keep a notebook with me so I can write down or draw out my ideas when it comes. And then sometimes I even just like thinking about different pieces that can work with the pieces I've already made. So one of my newest things that I made were some thigh-high socks that had the matching pattern for one of my sweaters that I made, and I wanted it to kind of be either worn as a like a set together, or people can kind of style it the way they like.
It's nice to see socks or tights or stuff like that, but it's not that uh, seen often in brands. And I used to be able to print tights, and my factory closed, and now I'm that's sad because people love them, and I should find another one.
Yeah, me personally, I love socks. So like, if I'm able to do it, I want to do it.
Yeah, that's so cool. People need socks, so that's so cool that you can offer them. Will you have a shop also in Vegas? Will I be
Yeah.
able to buy your store? Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Awesome. Can't wait. My boyfriend will have to travel with an empty suitcase, definitely, and so I can buy more stuff there.
Completely understandable.
Anyways, for 3 weeks, you don't need more like pants and 2 boxes, right? And my 10 dresses. Have you ever thought about making Lolita dresses with your brand?
Yes, I have. I've even thought about collaborating with one of my local Lolita designer friends. They go by Spooky Sparkle Party, and I've considered it in my head that if I were to make Lolita dresses, I'd probably want to work with someone who already has made them. So, yes, I have thought about it. I haven't done it yet because, once in here, there are 10 billion ideas, and I can only pick one out at a time. So
Absolutely. I'm working on like 4 different big projects at the moment. Why am I doing that? And none of it are about dresses. And I should actually focus on dresses because people want them. But how about the 80s? Anyways.
Yeah. You know what it happens sometimes? We're out here, we're thinking, we're creating.
It's when you're not thinking about doing something that the idea hits you, and I'm like, oh no, I should do that, absolutely. I feel like a slave to my ideas, and then I created my brand, Fluffy Dory, when I needed a new coat. And I already had a brand of a sports apparel, and I was like, yeah, and one thing led to another, and a month later, I had a Lolita brand, and I did not realize.
Perfect.
Oh, okay, sure, why not?
Hey, you know what? Maybe that's just how things start.
Yeah.
You don't see it, you don't find it, now you make it.
Yeah. Do you have anything else that we forgot that you want to talk about your brand, about anything? Any promo that you want to do for something that you're launching?
So I'm actually working on a new collaboration with a Japanese brand, ooh ah ooh, that will probably be released in July or August. So I'm very excited to get that started and to launch it once it's done. But right now it's still in the works. Other than that, I'm just hoping for some events to go to and some places to wear my clothes.
I know.
And I'm really looking forward to Vegas.
Me too. This is the one thing. If everything else got cancelled, that's fine. But this one,
yes, it's like you know what? Cancel this. Cancel that. Yeah. No problem. It's fine. But Vegas, we don't cancel that because we need that. That's the one thing we're looking forward to.
I think the whole community, at least the whole US community, everybody I'm talking to is like, I want to go to Vegas. Please don't cancel.
Yeah.
This is the only thing that's keeping me sane right now, hoping that down the road in November it will be fine. So
yeah. So I'll have a moment of silence to pray for Vegas.
Oh yeah. That will be amazing. Thank you so much for doing this interview. You were amazing and you were so into it and so lively. I cannot wait to meet you in person. I'm pretty sure it will be so fun to hang around with you. So
yeah, like I said in my blog post, once I found out your kind of vision was like everyone can be kawaii, and I'm like, yeah, someone who's like thinking like me. So I
Yeah.
was really happy.
And also, I like your, those are clothes, do whatever you want. This is very close to my actual Lolita. Like,
Mhm.
do stuff in your clothes and have fun. And yeah, so absolutely. We need to meet in person. Absolutely.
Yes. Don't worry, in Vegas. It's gonna be our time.
And you watching, probably you want to know all about her and her brand, so we'll put everything in the description, all the links, and go follow her, subscribe to her, everything. Probably you have Instagram also, yeah, everything.
Yes.
I will,
Instagram, Twitter, website, YouTube,
all of it in the
all that stuff.
description. Yeah. Thank you so much for doing this interview. Thank you so much
Yay,
for
thank
watching.
you too.
And remember, everybody can be kawaii.
Yay!
Bye.